Hey, what is going on? In this video, we are gonna sew a tactical chest rig. I've gone ahead and I printed out the sewing pattern on some A4 size paper, and I'm just gonna use my ruler here to make sure that we have printed it to scale. This sewing pattern consists of 17 pages and they have to be connected together in a very specific way. I find it easiest to start out by attaching the horizontal rows first, and then once you have all your horizontal rows connected, then go ahead and connect them to your vertical rows. You will notice on the right hand side of the sewing pattern it says line up next page here. That line is where the edge of the next piece of paper is going to go. You can either use glue or clear tape to connect the pages together. I find it easiest to use clear tape. Now we have all our horizontal rows connected, it's time to connect them all vertically. So if you have an issue with this, just go ahead and view that animation that we played at the beginning of the video. If you printed out this sewing pattern to actual size, all these shapes on the sewing pattern are going to be actual size. So you're going to be able to cut them out, place them directly onto the fabric and cut them out, and all your pattern shapes will be to scale. For this project, I'm going to use 600 denier Cordura nylon in the color black, but you can make it out of whatever you want. If you want 1000 denier nylon, polyester, whatever you want, you can do. This piece we're cutting out right now is actually going to be part of the main shoulder strap. You'll also notice on the sewing pattern these little relief cuts. Go ahead and cut those out. This project is going to have lots of little pieces of nylon webbing, Velcro, buckles, tri-glide buckles, so go ahead and source all that before you start putting this together. If you want to build this project for yourself, I'll leave a link to the sewing pattern in the description below. That link will send you over to my Etsy store where I create my own sewing patterns, and I make these little how-to videos so you can follow along at home. If you got any ideas for future projects, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. I'm always looking for ideas for new projects. So the first part of this project that we're going to start making is the shoulder strap. We're going to have to do this process twice because there are two shoulder straps on this project. I've gone ahead and I've cut out my padding to the right shape, and I've cut out my piece of 600 denier Cordura nylon to the right shape, and we're going to place the padding on the wrong face of the nylon, and then we're going to go ahead and fold over the nylon over the top of the padding. And I'm just going to use some clips here to hold everything in place. On top of the padding, we're going to have to place this piece of 2-inch nylon webbing. But before we do that, we're going to have to sew some buckles and some nylon webbing to the piece. So we have our two pieces of nylon webbing that are cut to length, and then we also have our female side release buckle. The piece of webbing that I have on the side release buckle is just a regular piece of webbing cut to length and threaded through the buckle. When you're sewing the piece of nylon webbing that's close to the bottom of the 2-inch piece of nylon webbing, you'll notice that the end of it has been folded under 1/2 inch. So remember to sew that while you're sewing these pieces of webbing. It's a simple process to connect the two pieces of webbing to this 2-inch piece of nylon webbing. What I've done is I've just folded the ends underneath the piece and sewed over top of them. But keep in mind, you do have to leave some slack in these pieces of nylon webbing, because in the future you're going to be clipping things to them or maybe threading radio cables. Next up, we have to sew our side release buckle. So what I've done is I've lined up the very bottom of the side release buckle to the very bottom of the 2-inch piece of nylon webbing, and that is just going to be my guide to where to place it. And I'm just going to put a couple of stitches through the webbing there just to hold it in place. Here I'm sewing as close to the buckle as I can just to prevent it from shifting. Now that we've finished this side of the assembly, let's shift to the other side. So on the other side, we're going to sew a 1-inch piece of nylon webbing to it. But that nylon webbing is going to have a male side release buckle and a tri-glide buckle sewn to it. Once we've finished threading that piece of 1-inch nylon webbing, we're just going to take that loose end, fold it over twice, and put a stitch in it just to finish it off. If you like this type of content, I greatly appreciate it if you consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Hitting the like button, leaving me a comment also really helps me out, helps this channel grow, and helps our content reach more people that have the same hobby as us. So let's get back to the video. So once we have our little assembly here completed, we need to sew it to our 2-inch piece of nylon webbing. So the way we're going to do that is take our loose end and we're going to put it underneath about 1/2 inch and just sew over top. It's very simple. So we have it here on the sewing machine, and we're just going to sew about 1/8 of an inch from the edge just to secure it in place. And then when you're finished, your assembly should look something like this. So we're going to take that assembly we just made, and we need to place that directly on top of the padding that we did earlier. The idea here is to place it directly in the center of this piece and then secure it down with either clips or pins or whatever you got to seal it with. Fortunately for me, the padding that I used was adhesive, so I could just stick it right down. And then I'll take it over to the sewing machine, and what I need to do is sew about a 1/8 of an inch all the way around the piece of 2-inch nylon webbing, so just one big square practically. Keep in mind here, some parts of this might be a little thick for a domestic sewing machine like myself. You might have to take it slow in some spots, but if you're using an industrial sewing machine, you'll have no issues. As I said earlier, we're going to have to sew 2 of these shoulder straps. So here I have both of my shoulder straps completed, and it's time for me to move on to the next step. In this step, I'm going to start working on the main body shape. I've gone ahead and I've sourced all my little pieces of nylon webbing and Velcro and buckles. And here I'm just putting them in place here just to visualize where they should be when I start sewing. So the first step I'm going to do to start sewing this piece is clip all my little tabs and my buckles in place. I'll take it over to my sewing machine, and I'm just going to sew about 1/8 of an inch from the edge just to temporarily hold all these pieces in place. So the pieces here are my 3.5-inch long tabs, and they're going to be sewn to the top and bottom of this piece. So once the tabs are sewn in place, it's time to install the Velcro. So these pieces of Velcro are going to be at either end of the piece. So one right at the top, one right at the bottom, and one is going to be hook Velcro and the other side is going to be loop Velcro. And the way we're going to sew this is just by sewing about 1/8 of an inch all the way around the edge of the Velcro. Keep in mind that the Velcro is not as long as the piece, so there will be an extra 1/2 inch on either side of the Velcro before the edge of the piece. When you're sewing the hook Velcro, you will have to sew over 2 buckles and the tab, but when you're sewing the loop Velcro, you just have to sew over the tab. After we've installed the loop Velcro, it's time to install the MOLLE webbing, and these next few steps have to be done in a very particular order. So 3 pieces of nylon are going to make up our MOLLE webbing. What we need to do is place them exactly where they're going to be sewn. Go ahead and sew the MOLLE webbing pattern, but do not sew on either edge of the webbing, because all these edges are going to be folded over. We'll start out by folding over the hook Velcro. So once we have it folded over and we have a nice crease, we need to secure this hook Velcro to the back piece. The way we're going to do this is by sewing 2 lines all the way along the top of the Velcro and the bottom of the Velcro, but we're going to have to sew this through the back side of the project. If you're not confident for finding the bottom of the Velcro here, you may want to draw a line with like a chalk pencil and follow the line just so you actually stay on track. Next up, we want to fold over the loop Velcro, and we're going to sew it in the exact same way as the hook Velcro. We'll start off by sewing that line all the way across the top, but for the second line, we're just going to follow the nylon webbing. In this step, we're going to fold this piece in half and seal it closed. So as you can see, we have our Velcro on either side, and that is going to create a large pocket inside the vest. And as you can see, these tabs, they're not in the center. One's off to the left, one's off to the right. That way you can access them both and get into that pocket easily. But we still have a problem. If this is going to be a pocket, we can't have it open on either side. So what we're going to do is fold a 1/2 inch inward on both sides and clip it in place. So here what I'm doing is I'm taking that loose piece of Cordura on the edge and I'm folding it in 1/2 inch, and I'll go along and I'll clip it. And also those loose ends of the molly webbing that we didn't sew earlier are going to be folded in along with the Cordura. As you can see here, those buckles that were facing inwards are now going to be facing outwards when we fold this over 1/2 inch. And that's good, that's what we want. Once all the edges are clipped in place, what we need to do is fold this project in half and stick the Velcro together. Make sure you line this up very well, because once you sew this, it's not going to shift again and it's going to stay in place. So the way we're going to sew it is just by sewing about 1/8 of an inch down either side, and that will keep both halves together. While we're sewing all the way down this edge, we need to keep in mind that our needle has to go through all the Cordura, the buckles, and the molly webbing. You need to sew close to the edge, but not too close where you're missing all these things. So once you finish sewing down one side, go ahead and sew the other side. Keep in mind that the bottom is already sealed and the top is a Velcro pocket, so these 2 stitches will suffice. So once you finish those 2 stitches, your project should look something like this. This is our finished chest piece. In this step, we're just going to finish everything off. So this piece here is our waist strap. So we're going to take our 1-inch tri-glide buckle and put it on our 1-inch piece of nylon webbing, followed by a male side release buckle. We'll go ahead and we will thread that loose end of webbing through the tri-glide buckle, and we'll fold over the edge twice and put a stitch in it. We are going to repeat this process twice on this waist strap, so we'll have 1 buckle on either side of the strap. So let's start assembling our chest rig. So that waist strap that we just created is going to be clipped to the bottom 2 buckles of our chest piece. Next up, we have our shoulder straps. So they will connect to the 2 top buckles, and then the loose end that comes off them will connect to the alternate sides, pretty much the only 2 buckles we have left. So they will cross over. And that will finish off our chest rig. So if you liked the video, please consider subscribing to the channel, hit the like button, leave me a comment. If you got any ideas for future projects, let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you made any of my other projects, please send me the pictures. I'd love to see them. Till next time, take it easy. Bye-bye.